All right, guys, I got something special for you. It's going to be a super fun and super exciting YouTube video. I'm going to break down exactly how many leads I can find in just 15 minutes. And I'm going to share the exact strategies that I use to find those leads and build a 7-figure profitable Amazon business with. With that being said, let's get into the video so you can see exactly how you can implement these strategies into your business and build a profitable Amazon machine. And as always, if you got value, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Let's get into it.
All right, guys, the clock starts now. We are going to do some Keepa product finder storefront stalking. And we're going to start with the product listing that we know is online arbitrage. Summer Fridays. I've seen this brand a lot, and I've actually sourced this brand profitably before. So what I'm going to do is take this product listing and the sellers on this listing and then reverse source their products so we can find more similar products to this. So what we have right here is a juicy listing with a lot of sellers on it, so a lot of potential ones that we could storefront stock. Now there's two potential ways that we can do this. We can either go to the offers tab and then look at the sellers that way, or we can look at the sellers that are currently on the listing. So if we do it this way, we can look at the sellers that have been on the listing for the entire time, or we could do it this way. And for the purpose of this video, just to kind of sake of time, I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to look for sellers with lower review counts. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is great for beginners because you will avoid any issues with ungating. Because if they have less reviews, because they are most likely ungated in the same products that you are. So this video is designed for beginners. We're going to really break it down at a high level, how you can source effectively. So I'm going to go after this seller with 8 ratings, and then I'm going to go after a couple more. Let's see if we can find one. This one has 17, looks pretty good. This one has, let's see if we can find something else that has a lower rating, 20. So like anything under 20 can be potential because they are most likely newer sellers and they'll be ungated in a lot of the products that you are trying to get ungated in. So right away, I see a couple products that look familiar. This looks like a good storefront. I'm going to save this one and use this one as well. Let's take a look at this one. This one doesn't really have much products. I mean, you could definitely reverse source this one, but it wouldn't take long. You wouldn't even need to throw that one in the product finder. So I'm actually going to get rid of that one. And I'm going to, no, this one's very similar too. Not really a huge fan of that one either. Not really a good variety of products. I'm going to keep going. There's a lot of sellers on this, so I'm sure we'll find one that's pretty good. So we got one that's 23. I'm going to take that one. And then I'm going to take this one that has 5 as well. And let's see what kind of products they have. So this looks interesting. Looks like there's a couple things here. I'll definitely try this one out. They do a lot of shoes and apparel. Not really a huge fan of that. So I'm going to X that one out. Let's see, maybe we can find one more. You all ideally want to find like 3 or 4 stores and storefront stock those. So got one right here. This looks interesting. It's a lot of shoes though. They're a big store. Let's see. Maybe they have some other stuff. They got 20. Still, I mean, yeah, we could definitely do a beauty. Let's do this store, but let's focus specifically on beauty because these 3 sellers do have a lot of beauty products. It seems to be their specialty. So what we're going to do is plug their seller IDs in the product finder, and we're going to target beauty products. Now, I love beauty products because they have pretty low return rate. They have a high amount of profit per unit, and they just tend to do really well for us. From scratch right here, so what we're going to do is put in a sales rank first. So we're going to do under 120K sales rank. Reason being is because that will basically show us products that sell at least like 80 times a month or so. And then we're going to go to the beauty category down here as well. So we're going to select that. And one thing I did forget to put in was Amazon out of stock. So this will just avoid Amazon in the listing, which doesn't have to happen. If you are a beginner, I recommend doing Amazon out of stock because it just makes it easier to not have to deal with Amazon because it gets more complicated when Amazon is on the listing. So what we're going to do is go to the new offer count right here, and we're going to hit a average of, let's say, 5 sellers to 40 sellers on the 30-day. So this basically showing us arbitrage listings right here because they have 5 to 40 sellers. Less than 5 is probably wholesale or private label, and then more than 40 can be a little saturated. So what we're going to do is copy and paste this seller ID, And then we are going to scroll down right here to the seller. And then we're going to separate it by a comma. Reason being is because that's how you put multiple storefront IDs. So if I don't know if I made this clear, but every seller has a ID right here. You can see up top, that is a seller ID. So they have one too. It's the me equals ARA. So that is basically their unique identifier. So even you as an Amazon seller, you have that one as well. Everybody has one. And that's basically how we uniquely identify each seller. So there's that one. And then now I need to take the last one as well. So make sure you stop at the end. That's when it's no longer the actual seller ID. So you hit copy and then separate it by a comma as well. And now we're good to run the search. We got 60 products on this, which is a pretty good number to get going with. So we can also exclude brands or include certain brands if we want to, but 60 products for the sake of the search is a good number. So it looks like we got a couple ones here. I've sourced this brand before. Let's take a look. So the only thing I don't like about this brand is that they sometimes, so the brand's in the listing, which makes it a little bit risky. And they also sometimes drop the price here. So, that could lead to you selling this at like a break even or loss if they do drop that price, but it tends to happen around sales. Looks like they recently dropped the price. So it's probably not a good time to buy this product, even though it will end probably because it's a big spring sale right now. So that's probably why they dropped the price. But I'll skip over that one for now. We do have a couple Summer Friday ones, but a lot of these have this authorized seller here that are selling for $24, which makes this pretty much unbuyable. We can check those pretty quickly and make sure, and if you see this front row group, that is actually Pattern, I believe, or it's one of the big authorized sellers on Amazon. They changed their name. So just avoid that if you see that, because then you're going to be selling it at like a break even or a loss. So yeah, a lot of these listings have that. So we're just going to kind of skip over Summer Friday for right now. But what we're going to do is source these ones. So this one looks like the price has fallen a little bit. Not a huge fan of this one. It looks like it was way more profitable around here when the sellers came on, and then the price did kind of fall. So this is not trending in the right direction. This one is the same deal with the authorized seller. Let's see, this one looks like we got a good one right here. Let's see, a low seller count, brands on the listing. It's a little bit risky, I will say, but it's a stable chart nonetheless. So it looks like they have a prime deal, which will probably end I'm a private label brand owner, so I know that this is going to end by April 1st, just to FYI this deal price. So like that might make me more inclined to, go for this. So let's see, they have this product, and what we're going to do is it looks like, just take a step back, it looks like the brand is the only place you can buy this item for. Walmart sells it, but it could be a third-party seller, probably not worth the risk. So it looks like they have some kind of like a membership here, gets your price down to $86. So what we would do is want to, add a couple to the cart, see what we can do here in terms of like getting this price down even more. Price down to $238 for 3 units with this coupon code called the MOVE. And we use Capital One Shopping. So it's a totally free tool you can use to get the coupons you need. So $238 divided by 3. Let's see what that buy costs, $238. So that gets us down to $79. Typically, without the prime deal price, we could probably sell this for $108 to $109. So let's raise it to the prime deal price. So it's close. It leaves us with like a $6 profit. I do have some fees in there, which takes the profit down. But even then, this is still not enough profit to justify buying this. So it's close, but no cigar. So we'd want to go back and then kind of redo the search. This product could definitely be a good one to look at in the future. If it lowers down in price, or maybe there's a big sale that the website has, it could become profitable. So that's definitely a one to watch. And then this one right here, let's take a look. Pretty stable Keepa chart. Looks like it's selling for about $35 or so. Let's take a look and see, where we can find this and how much we can find it for. So what we're going to do is go to Google. Now it's a little bit of a bigger brand. They sell products on their website and then Kohl's and a bunch of other places. So let's take a look and see where we can find it. So it looks like it's selling for $25 retail. So that gives me a good indicator. Like we probably could get this price down if it's already $25 retail and selling for $35 on Amazon. I do know Charlotte has like a 15% sign up bonus. So, it actually looks like they discontinued this item. Okay. So that's unfortunate. Looks like we probably could have got that for like $21 or so. Maybe Kohl's or Sephora has it as well still in stock. Let's see. Looks like it became like a Sephora exclusive potentially. Maybe that's why it got discontinued. That's a different one. Maybe if Kohl's or Sephora kind of runs a sale on this, since it is a Kohl's or Sephora exclusive now, then it could potentially become profitable. We'd want to try to get this for like at least $21. So this could be like a one to watch kind of item. And then we would just keep going down the line. So coming up on 10 minutes now. So yeah, sometimes you don't find all the leads at once. It's not always going to work out, even with the 7-figure sellers. So this one definitely no good. It's starting to tank in price. So you can see the correlation, rising seller count, price dropping. Not the greatest product for sure, but this one, let's see. Not the greatest one either. It looks like this product has been kind of fluctuating everywhere. And then there's also some kind of like wholesaler, it looks like, driving that price down. So that's not the greatest one. This one's pretty stable. So we would want to run through this one and try to see where we can get it, how much we can get it, or how low we can get it. So what I'm going to do is go to Google. So it looks like they have 15% off 50. So that's definitely something that would get us down a little bit. So we'd want to take that 15% off and see if we can get this low enough. So 5 for 130. Let's see if we can get a coupon code to drop that price. I know there was a 15% off. Sometimes if you hover over it, it will show you the code. So it looks like it's new to bounce is the code. We can take that one and see if that one will plug in and work. That did work. So we're at 110 without sales tax. So 110 for 5, which is going to put us at 22, which is close to break even. I know I have the fees in there, which is definitely pulling it down a little bit. Typically, if this did go back to 35, which it may in the future, let's say it does, when we take out my prep fee and my virtual assistant salary fees, I have this baked into my SellerAmp, which kind of inflates the profit a little bit or deflates the profit a little bit. So we're at 10% profit margin right now. So we're close at 35. So we'd want to wait for this price to recover. If this price starts to recover and goes back up to 37, 38, like it has in the past, this definitely could be a super viable lead. So let's keep going. We got a couple more minutes. Let's try to finish this strong. We got Dr. Bronner's right here. I'm going to try to make this quick. Looks like we are lowering in price a bit, so this is not a good lead. Let's take a look at this one. Looks like there's like some kind of authorized seller maybe, or maybe not, but this doesn't really look like the greatest Keepa chart. It looks like it was way higher in the past, and it's kind of like lowered a lot in the near or in the present. So this one, not really the greatest one either. I don't like Keepa charts where they look like a U. Those are not great ones to be looking at. Let's see. This chart looks way more stable, as you can see, perfectly flat line almost. And let's go see what we can get this product for. So we're going to go to Google and we're going to look at the price that this is selling for. So it looks like Sephora has it for 19. Maybe the website has the coupon that I was talking about. So they have a 15% off your order. So we can actually get this product down close enough to about $15 or so, I believe. So if we take 15% off 19, let's double check exactly how much this would cost. So we'll take 19 minus 285. So it's $16 or so to get this product. If I take out some virtual assistant salary fees that are baked into my SellerAmp and the prep center fee, we might be closer. Let's take a look. We're at about 10%, so we're pretty close. I don't like how this Keepa chart has kind of fluctuated a little bit though. If we can sell this more for like 27, 28, this definitely could potentially be more profitable. So 27, we're at 11, 28, we're at 14%. So, I think the price just needs to recover a little bit, and then that will be a really great Keepa chart. So I would wait on that one as well. A lot of ones that I would definitely wait on, but definitely a lot of potential here. So we got this one right here. One of the last products I'm going to be taking a look at. So let's see. Typology. This looks like a really good brand. Let's see. The product is pretty stable in price from what I saw from that glimpse of the Keepa chart. Looks like the product dropped a little bit in price, but the offer count's going down. So the product will probably rebound in price a little bit in the near future. But let's see. So Typology, they sell this product. Looks like that's probably the only place that you can buy it from what it looks like. So let's go to their website and see what we can get this product for. So I think it is this one, the Glow Drops. Let's make sure we get with these, you got to make sure you get the right tint because sometimes they have different tints. It looks like this is the right one. So it's $36, T31. So what we're going to do is try to add some to the cart. Looks like we have, let's make sure we have the right one. So this is Glow Drops. Okay, let's add like 5 or so to the cart. So I'm going to hit continue to checkout. It looks like they do have this benefits here. So $29 a year, you get 10% off. If you do plan on like making this a replen, this definitely could be something. Looks like the first order would pay almost itself. Part here, I'm going to look for a promo code. It looks like something popped in my checkout. Let's see. They got 2 products that are free, but I'm not sure if those will be for profit or anything like that. Let's do the Capital One shopping search and see if any of them come up profitable or any codes work. So it looks like none of the codes ended up working. If we do get this at 36, I believe we're pretty close. Like a lot of really close products today. I don't know what's going on, but let's see. It's selling for 54, sometimes 58. If we sell this for about 54 at its current buy box, and let's say I take out the prep center fee and the virtual assistant salary fee that's baked into my SellerAmp that I was talking about, we get it to 10%. So it's pretty close, just no cigar. Another one that's kind of like rising was rising in seller count, which led the price to fall. But now that seller count's going down, this price definitely could rebound upwards of like 56, 57. And if it does, then this definitely turns into something that could potentially be profitable. So 58, we're at 15. So yeah, definitely a lot of close ones. And this happens sometimes when you are sourcing. So do not get discouraged if you have this happen. There's going to be days where you spend an hour and you find one thing. And there's going to be days where you spend an hour and you find a gold mine. So, you got to be patient, keep sourcing and keep practicing.